Good morning, students. How do you tea? You know how to make tea. Okay. We are taking water, and once the water boils, we are adding some tea powder or coffee powder. How much coffee powder or tea powder you are adding? If you are keeping 2 glass of water, 2 cup of coffee or 3 cup of coffee you are making, and how much coffee powder you are adding or tea powder you are adding? Maybe 1 spoon. Okay, or 1.5 spoon, like that. How much sugar you are adding? 2 or 3 spoons, maybe. But we added water 2 or 3 glasses. Okay, but we added the sugar or the coffee powder only less. So everything there should be a proper measurement. Then in the curries, we are adding how much amount of salt? 1 glass of salt. No, okay, you cannot use that one. Only we are using a pinch of salt. So there should be a proper ratio, okay, for adding salt or sugar or everything. Okay, in the concrete mixing, what they are doing, they are adding sand, metal and cement. Okay, there should be a proper ratio. Okay, for everything there should be a proper ratio in our life. Okay, so we are discussing about a ratio in this chapter. You can see here 3 rectangles. See the measurements. Here the width is 2 centimeter, length is 4 centimeter. Here the width is 2.5 and the length is 5 centimeter. And here 3 centimeter and 6 centimeter. Here writing the width and length here. Here in the first case, the width is 2 centimeter. The length is 4 centimeter. Okay. Here it is 2.5 centimeter and 5 centimeter. Width and length. Here it is 3 centimeter. Here it is 6 centimeter. So the length width you wrote here. Okay. So there is a common relation between this 2 and 4, 2.5 and 5, 3 and 6. You can see that the length is double the width. Length is double the width. It is 2 centimeter, 2 into 2, 4. Okay, so double the width. 2.5 into 2, it is 5. 3 into 2, 6. So the length is twice the width. Or in reverse, if we say the width is half of the length. Width is half of the length. We are writing the ratio of this width and length. And length ratio, we are writing it. Here 2 is to 4 you can write. Width and length ratio is 2 is to 4. How will you write here? 2.5 is to 5. Here you can write 3 is to 6. So the width length ratio we are writing like this. 2 is to 4, 2.5 is to 5, 3 is to 6. Then while writing the ratios, it should be written in the small fractions. You know, here 2 is there, here 4. So you can divide it commonly with the 2. Okay. So 2 is 1 time. In 4, how many times? It is 2 times. So you got 1 is to 2. So smallest fraction you should write the ratio. So the common, okay, commonly you have to divide it 1 time, 2 times. Here 3 and 6. You can divide both the numbers with 3. Okay, 3 1 time. In 6 it should be 2 times. So 1 is to 2 you got. Here also 2.5 into 2 is 5. So 2 times. Okay, 2 times that is 5. So 1 is to 2. Again you are getting. So all these 3 cases, the width length ratio is 1 is to 2. Okay, that means if the width is 1 centimeter, the length is double. Okay, width is 1 centimeter, the length should be double of that. Okay, it is 1 is to 2 ratio. Width length ratio is 1 is to 2. If width is 2 times, we can say the length is 4 times. So it should be double. Commonly you can say in all these rectangles, the width length ratio is 1:2. That you can write as like this: 1:2. 1:2. You can say like that: 1:2. Okay, should be written like this: 1:2. So the symbol it should be like this: 1:2. It is saying that 1:2. If it is width and length, what about reverse? Length and width, if they ask, how will you write this? Length and width they ask, how will you write? Length is 4 and width is 2. So small fraction you should write down. Both you can divide with 2. Okay, 2:1 you can write. That is the length width ratio. If they ask for length width ratio, it should be written like this: 2:1. If they ask for width length ratio, it should be 1:2. Okay, remember that. The reverse is here. Okay, length width ratio is here, width length ratio is here. Width is 2 times the length. Length is half of the width. Okay, same only. What is the width length ratio of the rectangle? Here rectangle having length 6 cm and width 2 cm. We have to find out the width length ratio. So width is how much? 2 cm and the length is how much? 6 cm. We have to find out the ratio. So you can see 2 and 6. Okay, we can divide with 6 by 2. Okay, so 2 and 6 as the numbers. Then you can commonly divide with 2. Okay, 2 if you divide it, we will get 1 time. Then 6 if you divide it, we will get 3. So we get 1:3 ratio. So the width length ratio is 1:3. 1 into 2, 2. 3 into 2, 6. So commonly you can divide with the same fraction. And the ratio we are writing only in the smallest fraction. That's why you wrote 1:3. If it is 4:8, how do you write? 4:8. You can divide with directly with the 4. Or you can write 2 times. Again you should divide it. Both I will show you. If you divide with the 2 times. If you divide with the 2, 8 with 8, should be 2:4. Again we can make into small fraction, that is 1:2. Or if we can write directly with the divide with the 4. 4 1 time, 1 into 4, 4. 4 2 times. Okay, 2 4 2s are 8. So 1:2 directly we can write. So the smallest fraction you should write down. What about the fractions? So you can see it is 1.5. It is decimal place is there. 4.5. 1.5 and 4.5. How will you find out the ratio? So here you have to remove these decimals. Okay, how to avoid decimal? If you multiply with here 1 decimal is there, you can multiply with 10. Okay, if there is 2 decimal, you can multiply with 100. So 1:5 into 10. How much you are getting? How we are multiplying it? 50 into 10, it is 150. Here how many decimals? 1 decimal. So it is 15. Same like here also you have to multiply. If you are multiplying 10 here, you have to multiply 10 here also. So 4.5 here 1 decimal. Okay, multiply with the 10. How will you multiply this one? 4.5 into 10. 45 into 10 is 450. Then 1 decimal places, so we are getting 45. Okay, 45 you are getting. 450 you are getting. Here 1 decimal, so 45. So you got that natural number as 15 and 45. This you have to divide it and find out the ratio. So 15 and 45. Commonly which number you can divide it? You can divide with 3 or 5. Okay, if you divide with 5, 5 3s are 15. Then 9 5s are 45. You got 3 and 9. Again you can divide it. Okay, if you divide with 3, 1, If you divide 3, you will get 3. So 1:3 is the ratio. 1:3 is the ratio of this one, width length. 1:5 centimeter and 4:5 centimeter. 4.5 centimeter, we can say it as the ratio of 1:3. That means the length is 3 times the width. Length is 3 times the width. Or directly you can find out 1.5 should be 3 times. Okay, 4.5 is 3 times 1.5. If you know like that, we can directly you can write 1:3. So the width and length ratio is 1:3. Length is 3 times the width. Width is 1.5 centimeter and length is 2 centimeter. How will you find out? This you have to make into natural number. 1.5 you have to change to natural number. That is 1.5. Here only one decimal you can multiply with 10. So you got 15 into 10, 150. Then one decimal. So you are getting 15. Then if you are multiplying 10 here, you should multiply here also. So 2 into 10. So you got 20. So 15 and 20 are the natural numbers. To find out the ratio, you have to divide with the common number. Okay, 5 you can divide it. 5 3s are 15. Then 5 4s are 20. So 3:4 you got. 3:4. That is a width length ratio. I think you got the idea how to find out. Okay, you see this one, 5 and 10. So 5 2s are 10. Okay, you can divide with the 5. 5 1s are 5. 5 2s are 10. So 1:2 ratio. Then 8 and 10. Commonly can divide with the 2. So if you divide with the 2, you will get 4. If you divide with the 2 here, you will get 5. So 4:5 ratio. Then 4 and 12. You can multiply with the 3, you will get 12. Okay, so 4 1s are 4, 4 3s are 12. So you have to divide with a common number. Okay, you should divide with a common number, you will get a fraction that should be written in the smallest form. Okay, 1:3 is the form. See another one, 20 centimeter and 1 meter. Here how will you find out the ratio? You can see this unit here. Here it is centimeter, it is meter. To find out the ratio, it should be in the same unit. Okay, so first you have to change to single unit. You know 100 centimeter is equal to 1 meter. So we are changing this meter to centimeters. So 100 centimeter is 1 meter. So we are writing the numbers as 20 and 1 meter how you can write it as 100. So 1 meter is 100 centimeter. So both the numbers should be in the same ratio. Sorry, same unit. Okay. So 20 and 100 are the numbers. You can, if zeros are there, you can divide it commonly. Okay. 1 0 you can cut it, and here also you can cut it directly. Then 2 and 10 are the numbers. So 2 how many times? It should be 5 times. So 2 1s are 2 and 5 2s are 10. So 1:5 ratio. Or you can directly write here 20 and 100. If you are not cutting zeros, 20. How many times? 20. 4 times it should be 100. Sorry, not 5 times. Okay, 5 times it is 100. So 1:5 again you can write down. 20 1s are 20. 25s are 100. So 1:5. Or you can cut 1 zeros. Okay, commonly this is written like this only. Okay, 20 and 100. If we are finding out the ratio, means it should be written as 20 by 100. So zeros will be cancelled. So we will get 2 by 10 means 1 by 5. 1 by 5 we can write as 1:5. Okay, this is the method. 40 centimeter and 1 meter. 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So 40 centimeter and 100 centimeter. So you got two numbers, 40 and 100. Okay. So you can cancel 1 zeros. So 4 and 10 are the numbers. So 4 you can divide with the 2 times. Then 5 you can divide with 2, we will get 5. So 2 is to 5 is the ratio. That same 40 and 100. If you don't know how to do like that, you can divide directly like this. 4 by 100. 0 zeros you cancel. So 4 by 10 you are getting. Again you can cut it 2 times. Here 5 times. So you got 2 by 5. So 2 by 5 we can write as 2 is to 5 ratio. Okay, the ratio of 2 is to 5. The meaning of ratio is like this, 40 by 100. Okay, 40 and 100 are the two numbers. 40 by 100 you can write easily. So 4 you are divided with 2, 10 you can divide with 2. So 2 by 5. We can write 2 by 5 as 2 is to 5. 8 and 12. So 8 and 12, which is a common number to divide it, 4 you can take it. So 8 by 10, 12. Okay, you can write as 4 times 4 2s are, you can divide with 2. Okay, 4 times, then 12 if you divide with 2 you will get 6. So again you can divide with 2. If you divide with 2 you will get 2 is to 3. Or directly you can write as 2 is to 3. So 8 and 12, or use this method. Okay, 8 and 12. Common number you have to divide. If you divide with 2, we will get 4. If you divide with 2, we will get 6. Again, you can divide with 2, 2, 3. So 2 is to 3. Like that also you can do it. In page number 122. In the table below, 2 of the width, length and their ratio of some rectangles are given. Calculate the third and fill up the table. So in that, sum of the width and length is given, and sum of the ratio is also given. In that, 1 is missing. Here the ratio is missing. Here the length is missing. You can find out this. Okay, I'll do 1 or 2. Others you have to do it as homework. See here, the width is given, the length is not given, but the ratio is given. So 3 is to 4 is the ratio of width length. But the width is 3. What about the length? That is 4 itself. Okay. Here the width is given 1. Length is not given. You should find out length by giving the ratio 2 is to 5. So 2 is to 5 is the ratio. Okay. 2 is to 5 is the ratio. You have to find out the length. The given width is 1 only. So it should be written as 2 times, you can say. Okay. If you divide with 2, you will get 1. If you divide 5 with 2, you will get 2.5. So the ratio of which one? 1 is to 2.5. So 2.5 is the length. Okay, 2 times. So you can see the width is not given, but the length is given, and ratio is also given. Okay. So the ratio is 3 is to 4 and length is 1. So 3 is to 4. Ratio is 1. That means if you divide with the length 4, you got 1 only. So the same 4 you have to divide it here also. 3 by 4. Okay. 3 is to 4 is the ratio. Length is given 1. That means length is divided by 4. Then only you got 1. That means you have to divide with the 4 here also. So 3 by 4. So 3 by 4 is to 1. 3 by 4 you can write as 0.75. So 0.75 is to 1. So the answer is 0.75. Or you can write 3 by 4. Because the ratio we are not writing in a fraction. That is why I wrote in decimal form. See the next one. Here the width is not given. Length is given 1. The ratio is 2 is to 5. 2 is to 5 ratio. Length is 1. What about the width? Okay. What about the width? So if you want to get 1, what you have to divide it? You have to divide with the 5. So if you divide with the 5, you got 1. That means you have to divide width also with the 5. So 2 by 5. Okay. So the same number you have to divide it here also. Here if you divide with the 5, if you divide with the 5, you got 1. Okay, the same number you divide it here also. 2 by 5. 2 by 5 we can write as, if you multiply with the 2, multiply with the 10, 20, and divide with the 2 and 5. So 5 it is not possible to keep the point here. So 20. Okay, out of 20 how much times? 4 times. So you got the answer as 0.4. So the ratio is 0.4 is to 1. 0.4 is to 1. So 0.4 is here and 1. The ratio is 2 is to 5. So you have to divide with the same number. Okay, 2 and 5. Length you got getting the ratio as 1. So that means it should be divided with the 5. You got 1. The same 5 you have to divide here also. So 2 by 5. 2 by 5 are getting 0.4. See the question. What does it mean to say that the width to length ratio of a rectangle is 1 is to 1? Width to length ratio is 1 is to 1. What sort of a rectangle it is? So the width to length ratio is 1 is to 1. What is the meaning of that? Width and length are same, we can write, because the width to length ratio is same. If width is 1 centimeter, length is also 1 centimeter. If the width is 2 centimeter, the length is also 2 centimeter. That means width and length are of the same measurement. Okay. Then what we can say like that? If the rectangle having the same width and the same length, what is that? It is a square, right? If 1 centimeter width and 1 centimeter length, that rectangle we can call it as a, which one? Square. Rectangle means like this. Okay, the length is more than the width. But here, in the case of our question, the width and length ratio is same. That means the length and width are in the same ratio. Okay, 1 is to 1 ratio. 1 is to 1 ratio. That means the length and width are of same measurement. So same measurement means it is a square, not a rectangle. Okay, that is the answer. It is a square itself, because the width and length are of same ratio. The measurement is same. Length and width are same measurement. So it is a square.